Some people don't come into your life to stay. They come to change the way you feel love forever. If someone left your life, but never left your soul, this story is already about you. They didn't just break your heart. They awakened parts of you that will never sleep again. You don't miss them every day, but when you do, it feels like losing yourself all over again. Some connections end, yet somehow continue shaping who you become. They walked away, but the version of you they created stayed. Not every love is meant to last. Some are meant to hurt you into becoming who you were always meant to be. You didn't lose them. You lost the person you were before you met them. If thinking of them still makes your chest feel heavy, it's because that connection was never ordinary. This isn't a love story. It's the story of how losing someone changed you forever. Before you scroll, please don't. Just breathe for a second, because this is not entertainment, this is recognition. This is for the kind of love that didn't feel gentle, the kind that didn't arrive to stay, but arrived to change you forever. Some people don't come into your life to hold your hand. They come to shake your soul. They come to show you wounds you didn't know were still bleeding. They come, they leave, and somehow, nothing is the same again. If someone walked into your life and left without closure, yet still lives quietly inside your thoughts, this is for you. This is not about missing them. It's about understanding why they existed in your story. This is about the love that hurt, because it was never meant to comfort you. It was meant to awaken you. Stay. Your heart already recognizes this pain, and it already knows the truth you've been avoiding. Part 1. Destiny never comes gently. People like to believe destiny feels safe. They imagine destiny as something soft, two souls meeting, falling in love, and staying forever. But real destiny doesn't arrive with warmth. It arrives with intensity. When two people are truly meant to cross paths, life doesn't hand them peace. Life brings them face to face, just long enough to recognize each other. And then it pulls them apart. That's the part no one prepares you for. Destined connections don't begin with comfort. They begin with recognition, a moment where something inside you reacts before logic can explain it. You don't feel calm. You don't feel secure. You feel exposed, because this person doesn't see who you pretend to be. They see who you really are. Your fears, your insecurities, your unhealed wounds. And instead of soothing those wounds, they touch them. That's why destined love feels intense, confusing, even painful. It doesn't make you feel safe. It makes you feel seen. But life knows something you don't yet. Two unfinished people, even with pure intentions, will hurt each other. One may still fear abandonment. One may still seek validation. One may run when things feel too real. So destiny separates them, not to punish, but to protect. The pain that follows is different. It's not just heartbreak. It feels like losing a part of yourself, because this connection wasn't tied to your ego. It was tied to your growth. And growth always begins in pain. Part 2. Why the separation transforms you. When destined people separate, silence becomes the teacher, not noise, not obsession, silence. And in that silence, something uncomfortable happens. You start seeing yourself clearly. You notice your fear of being left, your need to be chosen, how much you gave just to feel worthy of love, how often you stayed quiet to avoid conflict, how often you stayed when you should have walked away. This pain is not here to destroy you. It's here to wake you up. Even without closure, even without contact, something inside you begins to shift. You become more selective, more honest with yourself. Things you once tolerated start feeling heavy. People you once chased stop exciting you. You stop craving attention. You start craving depth, and you don't always realize it, but this change started with them. This is the difference between attachment and destiny. Attachment creates obsession. Destiny creates reflection. You don't think of them when you're lonely. You think of them when you're growing, during quiet nights, during emotional breakthroughs, during moments when you finally choose yourself. That's why replacing a destined connection never works. You can move on, you can date someone new, you can pretend you're healed, but something feels missing, not because the new person lacks something, but because the connection doesn't challenge your soul. Destined love doesn't compete, it transforms. Part 3. The illusions must die. Before destiny can move forward, illusions must fall. Painfully, slowly, honestly. Illusions like believing love should always be easy, that if someone cared, they would never leave, that love must be earned, that someone else must complete you. These beliefs poison real love, so destiny removes them. One by one, it teaches you that love is not survival. Love is not begging. Love is not shrinking yourself to be chosen. And then something shifts. You stop needing them. And that moment feels terrifying, because for the first time, you realize you can stand alone. Your happiness no longer depends on being chosen. Your worth no longer depends on being loved. That's alignment. Real love is not dependency, it's choice. If destined people reunite, they return different. Less fear, less ego, more honesty. The connection feels calmer, not perfect, but conscious. No games, no confusion, just recognition, deeper than before. And if they don't reunite, the destiny was still real. Some connections are not meant to last forever. They are meant to break patterns, heal wounds, redirect lives. They weren't meant to stay. They were meant to prepare you, and that doesn't make them meaningless, it makes them sacred. Part 4. The final truth. Destiny feels cruel before it feels kind, because destiny doesn't protect comfort, it protects potential. It will break your heart before it lets you abandon yourself. It will remove people before it lets you shrink, and only later. Do you understand why? The one thing destined connections always do, they force growth. They strip illusion, they confront you with yourself, they demand evolution, and only then does destiny decide, reunion or redirection. But either way, you never leave unchanged. If you're thinking of someone right now, sit with this. If it's meant to return, it will come back with peace, not anxiety. If it's destined, it will never ask you to betray yourself. And if it doesn't return, it still led you to the version of yourself you were always meant to become. Some love stories don't end with togetherness, they end with awakening. And sometimes, that awakening is the most powerful love you will ever experience. Don't miss the last message, because the last message is very important, and especially for you. Listen carefully. If this story touched something inside you, don't rush past that feeling. Sit with it for a moment, because not every connection comes to stay. Some come to awaken parts of us we ignored for years. Maybe they didn't choose you the way you hoped. Maybe they left without explaining why. But ask yourself this quietly. Who did you become after them? Stronger, more aware, more honest with your own heart. Some people are not meant to walk beside us forever. They are meant to walk through us and change us. If someone came into your life, broke you open and left you different, not bitter but deeper, this message was meant for you. Tell me in the comments, did they leave you empty, or did they lead you back to yourself? Thanks for staying with me at last. So please like to share and subscribe the channel for more mindset-changing videos, because this channel will grow with your support and your love. Thank a lot.